Okay, y'all. So I want to go over all the drama that's happening with this season's Love is Blind, Love is Blind season 7. I couldn't go over it a lot in my last video because Netflix want to be they want to be petty and they tried to ban my previous video. So I'm uploading that now, introducing the couples, and I had to delete a lot of the content I had in there. So I'm doing a separate video. We're gonna go over all of the drama that's happening this season, all on freaking TikTok and on Instagram, etc. So now I would like to call to the front of the Netflix congregation Monica, aka Pygmisha, and her Black Kang, Steven. Okay, so if you remember, um, they got engaged. We saw that, and Steven is he discovered recently he's part black, and Monica claims that she doesn't know what to mark on applications, and everyone's in an uproar because when she was describing her ancestry, Steven called her a mutt. Now, when I heard that, I winced because a mutt historically has been a derogatory term to describe humans. Usually, when you're using the word mutt, it's reserved for animals basically who are mixed breed dogs to be exact, from what I know. So, back in, of course, slavery times when black people were not treated well, they would call mixed race people mutts, likening them to like mixed breed animals. So when he said that, I said, "Oh shit, it's gonna go down." So let's watch some TikTok videos where people are just blasting Monica, who is being a pygmisha. They're blasting her and Steven. All right.
Is Monica. This obvious Caucasian man is Stephen. Monica's mother is biracial. Her father is fully black. Monica tells Stephen that when she was younger, she didn't know what to fill out on the papers. She was confused about her racial identity. Stephen has told Monica before this that he is basically West African. And when Monica relates her story to Stephen calls Monica a mutt on national television. And you know what Monica does? Monica goes, "Yeah, I'm a mutt." And when that happened, I turned my TV off. And I'm not sure if I'm going to participate in the rest of this foolishness. I just watched and heard that with my own eyes and ears, and I'm just, I'm lost. You know what? I most likely am going to participate in the rest of this foolishness. This,
Yeah, so now that had a lot of people up in arms, and understandably so. I honestly believe that Steven does not realize what he's saying, and he said a couple of other stuff too. I'm going to go and post the other videos. I'm going to pull it up soon. He he I don't think Steven is being racist. I think now he's probably feeling like he can speak freely because of his newfound African ancestry. He's a black king now, so he feels like he can speak freely. But I don't think it was said with some racial passive aggression. I really don't believe that. So now, in response, Stephen felt like he had to post, I guess, the results of his ancestry because of the backlash. And a lot of people didn't believe him. I believed him. Look at him. Look, he has like a curly mop of hair, and his nose. He got that West African nose. You can see it. So I guess it's his on his father's side that the West African genes come from. And so he posts it right here. This is via Reality Ashley on Instagram. So his sub Saharan African is 13%, and 8.9% of that is West African. You got Nigerian, Ghanaian. Senegambian, Ghana, Liberia. So basically, this whole sub-Saharan African it just shows that someone was African American. This mixture right here, this is someone who this comes from someone who was involved in the transatlantic slave trade, this composition. So Stephen is 1/8 African, making his father a quarter African, right? Which makes Stephen's father's mother or father. I think they were saying it was his mother, so Stephen's grandmother. Stephen's grandmother is half African American and half white. And they tried to explain it away by saying she's Italian because, as we all know, many Italians can have features akin to West Africa and darker complexion. So a lot of people can get away with passing by saying that they are Italian. All right. So that's that. So now, Stephen, people are still calling you up front to the Netflix congregation. So here we go. He's giving a lot of people the ick. He doesn't give me the ick. It's just that he swallowed Monica's whole face. So that's
hate for saying
what's
this
turning
about
people
Steven
off.
from this season of Love is Blind, but he gives me major, major ick. There is just something about him, and I don't know what it is with Stevens, because Love is Blind UK also had a Steven who I was not
That Stephen though was fine. He was fine as hell in UK, but he turned out to be a fuckboy.
especially fond of. But when this man and Monica had their first reveal, I just found it so strange and creepy how, like, he almost ate her entire face off. I don't know, but there was a part of me that felt like she kind of wanted a little bit more room to breathe and to process and to see him, and he just was all over her. And we cannot forget this absolutely painful scene from Mexico.
Sort of. I love you to death. I'm obsessed with you. Chatty again. Literally cannot get a word in. I'm so sorry. I'm obsessed with you, but like Jesus Christ.
Like, you
So she basically told him to shut the fuck up. So the problem with this season is that a lot of people are saying that a lot of the women are bullying the men. A lot of the women don't like their partners. Maybe they're disappointed after the reveal. I don't know. But we have three women that we're going to discuss. One being Monica here. I think her telling him to shut the hell up, I don't think that that's her. Um, Trying to bully him, but it was a little aggressive. Then we have Alex, who we discussed before. They got into some kind of altercation with Tim. And then we also have Hannah, who just keeps berating and has a 10 things I hate about you list with her dude. What's his name again? The football player, the All American.
you can just tell that she is going to get sick and tired of this man so quickly because he is just so over the top. He is just too much. And a part of me is like, is he too much because he is like overcompensating for something? Also, part of me feels bad for saying these things about him because, like, he does seem to be a nice guy. I don't know. I'm just so torn. What do you guys think?
So with them again, sometimes too much of something is not a good thing. So on the reveal, um, Monica was trying to take it all in. You can tell she was like, "Oh my god." She kept whispering, "Oh my god." See, someone wrote it here. They kept whispering, "I can't." And it was type corny too. I was like, "Girl, bye." Um, and Steven just kept saying, just repeating over and over again, "You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful." Okay, nigga, I get it. Yes, I'm beautiful. Next, but they were corny. But I don't think they are going to last. Again, like I said before in the last video, unless I cut it out, Monica has standards that Steven does not meet. Okay, the education wise, salary wise. I know he was in the army, but what she's used to, he's not it. But it remains to be seen how it pans out for them. All right, so I need Garrett and Taylor to the front of the Netflix congregation, please. Calling Garrett and Taylor. This is not a big deal, okay? The whole thing with Garrett and Taylor is that She didn't want to reveal her other half of her ethnicity, which is, I think, Japanese, because she wanted to remain true to the whole premise of the show, which is love is blind. You don't know how I look. But now people are interpreting his reaction as, I don't know if they're trying to say he's racist, but he's accusing her of trying to hide her ethnicity. But my thing with him is, you're coming on the show. You don't know what you're getting. And I don't know if they fill out some kind of card that says I usually date this, I prefer this, like a list of preferences. Did they give the producers a list of preferences? But people are not feeling his reaction to when she didn't want to share her mom's name. That would have given her away. Her mom's name is Fong, and it would have given away her other half of her ethnicity, because her father is German, but her mother is Japanese.
It's not that Taylor wanted to hide her ethnicity from Garrett. It's that she didn't want him to know that she's not white. We're talking about Love is Blind, Season 7, Episode 1. I won't share any spoilers from the other episodes.
My mom's first name, I think it gives away part of like how I look. Like
Okay. I'm not gonna play Netflix be Netflixing, but basically his reaction is what people are not liking, because he said something like, "You're calculated. She's calculated."
Tom Kraus.
My dad, Tom.
Is Mrs. Krause.
Mrs. Krause.
And Kraus is most typically a German last name. So she is comfortable with him thinking that ethnically she may be German, and thus he may assume that she's white. Garrett makes these connections too, because then he says,
I have to admit, like, I've dated white girls. That's all I've ever dated.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people don't like when he made that comment. But if it's true, then it's the truth. He's only dated white girls. I don't understand what the big deal is.
and I can't really fault him for that assumption,
Yeah,
because she
me either.
clearly doesn't mind sharing that her last name is of Germanic origin. So why would she mind sharing if her mother's first name was also of European origin? Then he says this.
I'm not sure what that looks like for me either. Like, going for like everything is just so. It's just a shock. I mean, it's really hard to explain. Like, not a shock, but you are very like calculated about what you say.
To respond with shock and call her calculating is a response I will never understand. But then
Okay, I kind of understand where people are coming from, because he's basically saying, "You're sneaky. You are trying to set me up." Is that how he meant that? Is that what he meant by calculated? Well, see, we need context, because these shows, they edit it to make the person look a certain way. He might just be baffled that he probably assumed this whole time he's talking to a white woman, and then he's realizing the possibility that he may not be. And so I think it's the shock of being behind a wall and you assume that it's a fully white woman, and it's not. I think that's what it is, but a lot of people are not liking that response right there.
Then again, I understand what it feels like to be in the dating pool and not know if your racial identity is going to be a turnoff for someone. But at the same time, hiding your family and your culture from someone who you're supposed to be engaged to at the end of this doesn't feel like the move. Did you notice this dynamic too? It can't just be me.
At first I did. I'm like, why is she being so sneaky? Like, does she, you know what? Here's my first thought when I saw that exchange. I was thinking, girl, it's not like you black. Like, white men freely, without issue, will more likely date an Asian woman than a black woman. That's what I thought, because I thought Asian women had it easier than us blacks. But the way she was acting to me, she was acting like what I feel a black woman should act. The qualms we should have. But so I was surprised by that. But in the end, they got engaged, and I feel like they are one of the couples that will make it. So that wasn't such a big deal to me, but it's a major talking point right now. Okay, next, let me look at my list. Okay, Leo. We have Mr. Leo. Please come to the front of the Netflix congregation. I'm calling Leo. So Leo is catching a lot of flack, because and he deserves it, because number one, he was being so manipulative to Hannah and Brittany. Like, it was terrible. I actually was triggered a little the way he was playing mind games with Hannah, but Hannah found her voice, she found her strength, and she managed to dump him, and she went for Nikki D. But he kept talking about how rich he is and how lucky he is and how rich he is, and but he doesn't want to be used for his money. Let's watch. And a lot of people are clowning him. I really think he came on the show to promote his art dealing business. That's what I think.
Leo is so rich. Just a friendly reminder in case you forgot. He's so rich that Netflix made sure to include his Rolex in his picture. Like, he's so rich. That's valued at like $55,000. And don't forget, he wears a different Rolex every day of the week. And on top of that, he's an art dealer. The thing is, Leo is looking for someone who's not going after his money, but he seems to keep talking about it. I mean, he didn't just let the women in the pods know that. He let the guys know it too. That he went to a country club, went to a private school. I'm incredibly financially fortunate. Like, you guys, Leo is so rich. Hannah probably doesn't even know what an art dealer does, but Leo had to clarify how much he makes. Poor Hannah just wanted to talk about being a vampire. And then he ends up picking Brittany, who wants to be taken care of and wants to be a trophy wife. What a perfect match. Actually, we don't even get to see Leo and Brittany go to Mexico together. They ended up taking their own trip off camera, and then their engagement broke off weeks later, which tells me the producers left so much of their footage in just for the entertainment because Leo couldn't stop talking about how rich he is. Anyways, don't forget, Leo is so rich. Leo is so rich.
Yeah, so Leo, he's full of himself. I know, okay, I don't, he acts like a lot of Jewish men that I know, not in the sense of bragging about riches, but they are very, listen, a lot of these Jewish men are highly intelligent, highly aware of, it's hard to explain. They are just intelligent, they are talkers. They're always, it's the art of the deal, of negotiating. And the way he was talking to Hannah, it was like, okay, if I do this, would you say yes tomorrow? It was like a deal he was setting up between Brittany and Hannah. It was like, what's the best offer? What's the best deal for him? What's the best play? It's like he was strategizing. And I was like, oh my God, he just reminds me of like a lot of Jewish men I know. And this was before I knew he was. And then later on, it came out he is Jewish. So I wasn't surprised. And I don't say that in a negative way. It's just a lot of these men, they are very sure of themselves, but they're not the ones I know, they're not as obnoxious as Leo. Leo is only obnoxious because I don't think he gets play like that. He don't get pussy. He don't get play like that unless I feel like he was trying to further his art thing. So let's go look at his Instagram, because when I saw that, I was like, this dude is just trying to promote his art dealing business. So here's Leo's Instagram, okay? It's climbed. He didn't have a lot of followers before, probably 2,000 now. A lot of these contestants, if you will, their their followers are going to skyrocket. So here he is.
I thought the craziest thing that could happen from this experience would be if I ever like saw myself on a billboard in Times Square. I think this is crazier. Having the Netflix Instagram account roasting you. But I was thinking about it, and shows in cinema is art, and Netflix is selling us shows in cinema. So in a sense, they are also art dealers. So from one rich art dealer to another richer art dealer, respect. So
All
I
right.
thought,
So he's eating this up. I mean, it's so obvious. We know what this is. Here he is with his late grandparents who were filthy rich, and they are the owners, the progenitors of the art dealing business that he has inherited. Okay. Um, so yeah, here he is happy. What is it? Mazel Shana Tova. Yeah, it was this recent Jewish holiday. So there he is. He's and he's you know he's not bad looking to me. He's cute, but he has no game. He has no game. And here he is.
Complicated. If a work of art is directly from an artist's studio, it's called primary. In that case, it's pretty simple because the artist can provide you with a COA, a certificate of authenticity.
Okay,
However,
this was just all to promote his art business to me, all right? And him and Brittany did not make it. We already know that. So on to the next. Who are we calling down to the Netflix congregation? To the front, please. Okay, so I'm gonna need, did I call them down yet? Not yet. I need Tim and Alex to the front of the Netflix congregation. Alex, I don't think you like Tim. Ever since they met, I had to cut that part out of my video. When they met in person, I don't think she was impressed with him. Um, and he honestly he kept making this weird dog joke. That's my dog, that's my dog. I think he annoyed the crap out of her. I was annoyed as well. She is a fellow fire sign like me, and I can see her being annoyed by him and unenchanted with him. So let's watch.
We need to talk about what's going on with this relationship. This is your spoiler warning for Love is Blind season 7 up to episode 6. Do Tim and Alex even like each other? I'm just so confused. I feel like the second they met face to face, it's felt very passive aggressive. I guess it could just be their own personality and their styles, but as a viewer, it's like they hate each other. And Tim wanted to buy the hat and Alex was so against it. And then Tim with all his like woofing and dog jokes. Seemed like Tim was enjoying pushing her buttons for fun, but Alex was actually getting annoyed. Also see the perspective that Alex wasn't letting Tim have fun and just be his goofy self. They're just not on the same wavelength. Because yeah, your partner being mad every time you want to joke around and have fun is not an enjoyable relationship to be in. But at the same time, if you're annoyed by something and your partner keeps doing it because they think it's funny, that's also awful. And then this talk after the big fight, like Alex really wants to make it work with Tim, which surprised me given all the previous stuff. I think Tim set some strong boundaries during their talk and Alex seemed to be taken aback by it. I know we didn't see their argument, but her admitting that she covered his mouth because she wanted him to stop talking and being upset is just like crazy. Like that is actually wild to me. And on day 2, like this escalated on day 2. I really just don't see these two making it down the aisle at this rate. But let me know what you guys think. We need to talk about.
Okay, with Alex, I sense she's moody. She can get really moody. She was not feeling his jokes. Um, and she's domineering. Okay, Alex is domineering. Tim seems like an even keel guy, but once you get him there, all bets are off. And I think that's what happened. I had to cut this part out of my video. So they got into some kind of fight where, well, probably one-sided. I don't think he put his hands on her. She basically put his hands on him to cover his mouth. And he was trying to ask her what's wrong because he noticed her mood shifted when they got back from the beach. You know, the little powwow when they first saw everybody at the beach, and you know, the guys get to see what the girls look like and vice versa. I don't know. Did she peep? Okay, these women are insecure. Did she peep that Tim was maybe staring a little too hard at one of the other girls? Because everything was fine day 1 and day 2 after the beach powwow, her mood shifted. So I wonder, you know, I really wonder, was he checking out some of the other girls? Alex, out of all the black girls, she's the heavier one, you know. So as women, when our insecurities pop up, we lash out on our men. Yes, it's true. So I'm curious to see if that's what happened, but that's the major thing going on between them. I don't think they're going to make it down the altar. Tim even said during their little discussion that he doesn't see him talking to her ever again or something like that. So it remains to be seen. Who knows? Okay, Leo, I know you just sat down. Come back up here. Leo, bring your ass back up to the front of the congregation. And I'm gonna need Hannah to the front of the congregation. Brittany, you could keep sitting. We know you stupid. You could keep sitting. And I'm gonna need Nikki D up to the front. Honestly, Nikki D I've warmed up to him, but just because he's with Hannah, You have to come up to the front. All right. So let's talk about this. I don't know if it's a love triangle, but how Hannah, her insecurities are showing. Hannah, your slip and your insecurities are showing. Watch this. She explains it very well.
I could not care less about Leo, Brittany, Nick, and Hannah at first. I did not know why they were dragging it out until we got to episode 4. And I said, oh, Leo was attracted to Hannah because she was young. And he said it like, I could show her the world. And Brittany let it be known type. Like, Brittany knew she was physically attractive. Hannah did not. So that's where they already were battling, right? The way Leo kept being like, I'm rich, but I don't want nobody to love me because I'm rich. But by the way, I'm rich. I was like, I know what you are, right? Hannah made the right decision by picking Nick back up. Because when she dropped Nick and Leo revealed he was still talking to Brittany, she scooped Nick back up and he was befuddled. Like in episode 4, he like badgers her. Hannah, are we done? Are you really gonna go with Nick? Just give me a chance. I don't know what I need. Like, it was really intense. He was gonna string both of them along, and Hannah made the right decision. Now, mind you, this is where I flipped on Hannah because of how she treated Nick right now. The way Hannah has been badgering Nick it's weird. Like, it's weird. That list of bullet points for his faults is crazy.
Yeah, because I don't know if I explained it in the last video where Hannah and Nick were on the beach and they had these big old rubber duckies. And so this fine 60-year-old, Nick's words, not mine, he described her as she was a hot. It was this older 60-year-old Hispanic woman. And she challenged Nick to, I guess, race the ducks or whatever they were. And so Hannah got the ick from that. She saw it as immature. No, it's not that he was immature. He's having fun. He's being goofy. I would have cheered him on and been the referee between him and the other lady. And the other lady clocked Hannah's insecurities. So Hannah got upset. This is what I said. This is exactly what I said before. When our insecurities come out, we take it out on our men. And what Hannah did was she freaking wrote a 10 things I hate about you list and left it in the room out in the open for Nick to see. She did it on purpose. Okay? That's a nasty bitch ass move that women do. Play like little games that we and I'm a woman, so I'm a part of that. I don't do that, but I'm just saying I'm a woman and I know the reactions, the insecure reactions that we have. That was a bitch move to make him feel bad, and I sympathize with Nick. I do. And he's cute. But Hannah kept trying to say, oh, he's not cracked up to the way he described himself, which is fucked up. Because he said he's like a smaller Superman, I guess. Who's that actor that plays Superman? Is it Chris? Whatever. Anyway, he's hot. That actor, Chris, whatever, whoever played Superman. Um, he described himself like that, and I can see it. If you squint your eyes, you can really see it. Okay, but Hannah was like, no, and Anna kept playing him the whole time.
She didn't even bring it up to him. She just left it on the table for him to see. Also, Hannah quit her high-paying job to be on the show, and she announced it like it was a good thing. No, you're not smart. You're not smart. You're desperate. And you, they got Brittany and Leo up out of there. We knew that they didn't pick couples, but for them to announce we did not pick Leo and Brittany, and then they broke up, I thought that was hilarious. But watching Hannah unfortunately make me sympathize with Nick has been so irritating. Also, Hannah let them women in the pods get in her ear about Nick. That was crazy. They were like, oh, he's a smooth talker. You should drop him. You should drop him. She was like, I think I should drop him. Weak. Very.
Yeah, Hannah is not someone that should be dating because number one, you're listening to other people. You can't follow your heart. You can't recognize red flags. First, she dropped Nick because of the other women, what the other lady said. Then she let Leo get in her head. Then she dropped him because he had Brittany as an interest. Like you're not ready. She's immature. She's not ready to date.
They're very aware of the cameras. So that's another reason why I feel like just it's not like what it used to be. They're aware of the cameras. They're aware of what could be. Even Netflix is aware of the cameras. They're going to show every time they eat now because of that lawsuit. Like the way they were shoving it in our face that they're eating, we get it. I almost forgot to talk about Marissa and Ramsy.
Okay, I'm going to stop right here. So that's that for Hannah and Nick. That's another couple. I don't think they're going to make it down the aisle or get married. I don't see it. She just kept berating him. If he's a smart man, he would run unless they were able to iron things out, which I don't. Hannah needs therapy. So now I am calling little Miss Marissa. This is one of my favorite couples too. But Marissa and Ramses, please, y'all, we need to baptize both of y'all because Ramses has been up in this girl's guts since they got to the hotel in Mexico. So y'all listen, we need to come and sprinkle y'all with some holy water. Please come to the front of the congregation, please.
Ramses, because they're a freaky deaky hippie couple and they really into each other. But when she casually said, I dated a Trump supporter for 3 years, and then I also dated a liberal guy. I know what you are too. Oh, they seem cool though. I can't hold you. We finna talk about it in the comments. I'll probably make another follow-up video, but
Yeah, a lot of people are getting at Marissa because she dated a Trump supporter. I mean, is that really? Listen, if I meet a guy who was a Trump, well, see now, no. You know what? I take that back. Let me walk it back. Because of Trump's comments towards Haitian people, and I am of Haitian descent, I would never, and now I say this now, I would never date anyone who supported Trump. Because if you support Trump, but you love me, but you support him, that means do you agree with what he said about my people? Now, there are Republicans who have denounced what Trump said. So, it's that's a different situation. If I met a guy who was a Republican who I guess supports Trump, but he denounced or doesn't agree with everything that Trump says, because there are Republicans like Mike Pence. There, he was vice president, but he denounces a lot of what Trump says. Maybe I wouldn't really care as long as you respect me, you love me, you're not calling me all types of nigger bitches, and because Democrats too can call me a nigger bitch. So I really don't care about the whole party thing because there are white racist Democrats. So that's why I don't see why it's a big deal that Marissa dated a Trump supporter. Like but a lot of people are holding her feet to the fire for that. And I don't see what the issue is. Let's find more videos about about our friend Ramses. There's not a lot. A lot of people though are saying they're thinking that he's part of the Rainbow Coalition, and I can see how people are saying that. Listen, Ramses may be bisexual for all we know, but bisexuals like to have sex with men and women. So, I mean, if Marissa is fine with that, then so be it. I don't see what the big deal is, and that's between them. Because he does say a lot about acceptance. He says a lot about that. And if him and Marissa discuss that and Marissa doesn't have a problem with it, listen, there was a guy that was trying to date me. He's for the past few months, he's bisexual. I don't care for that. Like I wouldn't I can't date him. I just don't like that. But if I were to not a guy that swung both ways, there's not an issue with it. For me personally, I couldn't date a guy who was bisexual. But that's the talk about Ramses I'm hearing. Other than that, they are really into each other. Let's see what else is being said about them. They're a very lovable couple. They're a gorgeous couple. They look alike to me. They look like they can be related. Um, I don't know if they're in limerence. That's another thing. They could be in heavy limerence. So if will they make it? Will they not make it down the aisle or up all the way up to say I do to each other? It's still up in the air for me.
Something in the milk ain't right here. Okay, because I watched all the episodes and I'm wondering how did they really get together? Because there was editing, and the editing didn't show him really going on dates, being the pods. I saw him in the men's quarters, and when he did pop up, he said how he had a long day. He's been going through some things. What's going on? Because suddenly they're together. He's proposing. A lot of their relationship to me is built off physical intimacy. Okay. And you can't, to me, have a relationship that's built off of physical intimacy without emotional capacity. What is the real foundation here? Okay. And how long can that physical connection really last? I don't really see them going down the aisle together. I'm wondering what's going to really happen because is this really DC? Okay, it's not giving DC. And what is with this hair thing? I know back in the day people wore a ducktail, but what is this? Is it really his hair or is it some additive? But he seems very lost. He's also been married before, divorced. He doesn't have a good relationship with his father. To me, it looks like he has a lost sense of self. He doesn't really know who he is. At times, he's a chameleon and he acquiesces to the environment and those situations. Now, she over here is very young, bubbly, don't think she's quite ready for marriage. She's having a good time, enjoying herself. But these two, I want someone to explain how they really got together because I'm not picking up on it. Suddenly you're proposing, suddenly y'all in the hotel room like bunny rabbits. But what happens when all that lust simmers down and it's just y'all two in the real world? Let me know, of course, your thoughts. Something in the middle.
All right. This so she basically echoed all of my sentiments with this situation. My thing is, and let's have an honest conversation. I can be a very domineering woman. I just told you that there was someone I was briefly talking to, but I'm not really interested in like that, who is a bisexual male. And I'm just not I don't desire to date a man who is bisexual. Um, but I do attract a lot of kind of feminine men sometimes. Could be y- I've been described as a brute many times, kind of masculine. I'm a fire sign. I'm very strong willed, like very strong willed at times. And so maybe men who are softer are attracted to women like that. Okay. So Marissa is I feel like her energy, she gives high sexual drive. Like her sex drive is on 1000, and she's a lawyer. She probably is very headstrong, so Ramses is probably attracted to that. And look at the comments. I just saw this. It says, wasn't he married to a man? And someone said yes, and we barely saw that convo. I completely missed that. So yes, Ramses is a part of the Rainbow Coalition, the LGBTQIA. Wow. So he is there. There it is. Okay. I completely missed that conversation. Someone said they did discuss it. He said he grew up very religious and ended up marrying his high school sweetheart. As he matured, he stepped away from Christianity, which ultimately led to his divorce. I don't get that. Yes, I know that, but the man part was never mentioned. Oh no, I didn't ever hear him say he was married to a man. I assumed he was heavily Christian. His ex-wife was definitely. See, I'm confused here, y'all. This is his ex-wife was definitely a woman. So what is it? A man or a woman? They really didn't show much of him in the pods dating. He also said if, and they just moved right past it. I didn't hear him say a man, just that he. Okay, y'all, I'm confused. And then they're saying she discussed the three braids. I went to his Instagram and I think he had dreads, cut everything off and left those as vestiges of his dreads, I guess. So I'm confused, y'all. I'm confused. Was he married to a man or not? I don't know what's going on. Look, someone says I think she is a danger to men. Yes, she's a minx, okay? Marissa is a minx. She looks innocent, right? But she has a mischievous smile. And it, like this person said, it's disguised with a good personality and a good smile. Her her smile, her laugh is a no for me. He is into men 1000%. All right. I like her smile. She's very bubbly. He said he's a Cancer Leo, and she was sold after that. Yeah, I think when she saw Cancer Leo, she was, you know, in her mind, he could put it down in the bed, which I've heard Leos. Yeah, Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Um, so what do y'all think? For the like she said too, they're in limerence. This is limerence. Okay? They're a very good couple with beautiful physiques. It doesn't matter if he's gay or bisexual. These are two beings whose bodies just sometimes some people you have sex with, your bodies just complement each other. It just goes together. But that can't that doesn't guarantee a lasting marriage. That's my thing. So I do not think they will get to I do. I really don't see it happening. I will be highly surprised if it does. All right. So that leaves us with the only other couple besides Garrett and Taylor who I think will make it, and that is what's her name? Ashley and what's his name again? Damn, what's his name? Tyler, is it? Let's look. All right, y'all. Now, last but not least, I'm going to call Alex and Tyler. I don't know why I keep forgetting his name. Yes, Alex and Tyler Ashley and Tyler to the front of the congregation, please. Ashley and Tyler to the front of the Netflix congregation. Now, this, besides Garrett and Taylor, is the it couple, okay? But I like them a lot. I love Ashley. Tyler seems a little too perfect, okay? He's saying all the right things. He's praying with her. He's just gushing and oozing out love for her and saying he's in love with being in love but listen, we live in the real world. We ain't stupid. We ain't new to this. We are true to this, and we are true to the ways of these fuck boys. All right, is he a fuck boy in disguise? Let's see what the TikToks have to say.
These are my quick thoughts on Ashley and Tyler. If you guys haven't watched the newest episodes of Love is Blind season 7 yet, save this and come back because there will be spoilers. Other than Marissa and Ramsey's, these guys are my other favorite couple. They seem kind of perfect, a little too perfect, suspiciously perfect. And if Love is Blind has taught us anything in the past, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Hold on. Wait a minute. I hope not. I hope for their sake it's not and things are perfect because I do really like them together. They seem really sweet. They seem very loving. I liked that Tyler was always like a little nervous in the pods when he was talking to Ashley, but I am really nervous that they keep showing that Tyler keeps talking about how he was in the past, how he was a player, and if they were to meet in the real world, Ashley wouldn't have even gotten this far with him. I'm a little nervous because I saw something on another creator's page where his ex was in the comments. For context, the comment came from a video that announced the cast, and his ex put in there that he is literally the biggest liar and gaslighter. It's Tyler. So I really hope for Ashley's sake he's a changed man and they're great together and everything is perfect and fine because I really, really like Ashley and she deserves the world, and I hope he doesn't hurt her. These are my quick thoughts on Ashley and Tyler.
Okay, so yes, look, he did make this comment where he said people will are going to be coming out of the woodwork and people will say how not nice he was. He did say that, and when he said that, I said, red flag, red flag. Ashley was like, oh, no, it's okay. Listen, we need to question these men. How so? Why? Look, even his ex-girlfriend said he's the biggest gaslighter. All right. Gaslighting is an attribute to narcissists. And narcissists oftentimes are wolves in sheep's clothing. So, listen, I hope not. That's why, listen, when they try to lay it on thick, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Again, when he told Ashley that there will be people that will tell you some horrible things about me, I am not that person anymore. Yes, but were you in therapy, sir? How are you not that person? He lied and said he didn't have kids when wait, what? Oh, oh, this is her. Oh, guys, guys, y'all, did we stumble across? So I did not hear of him having kids. So Tyler has 3 kids and lied about it. He stole. Oh my God. Jackie, tell us more. I mean, we all have a past unless he's doing some dirty stuff. I wouldn't care. Okay, hold on, y'all. Okay, Jackie, it must be the ex-girlfriend. I was very nice to him until I started uncovering his what let me text his. Should I invite her on the YouTube? Okay, y'all. Let's see what wagwan. Oh no, you see, this is why I have no hope anymore. Okay, y'all, let me end this video real quick. I'm gonna try to holler at homegirl. But anyways, listen, please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe. This is all the drama that's going on, and we just stumbled upon potentially more drama with the perfect it couple, y'all. Unless this is a fake person. I don't know. I'm about to go do some digging, all right? Y'all, stay tuned. Story developing.